I've not really had the time to talk about this justice for China. Today I said let me talk about it. I've been posting about it, but I want to talk about it today. Though the case has been open, so I believe that justice needs to be served. This justice for China is not a new news. Everybody knows about it. So many people, let me not use everybody, so many people know about it. With this Ochanya's case, you see that the society has failed so many children. For this case to be opened before, and they closed it without looking deep into what really made the girl pass. They now had to reopen it again. Because of how everyone is talking about it, everyone is seeking justice, they had to reopen it again. But the society really has failed so many children. Children that have trusted adults to take care of them, but instead they face abuse and betrayal from those adults. So as mothers, sisters, fathers, if you notice that your child is giving any attitude or you notice that your child is facing any form of abuse, it's better you speak up. Don't cover it up. Being silent only damage that child. So it's better you speak up. Once you notice any form of abuse on your child, you speak up. You mustn't be a parent to that child before you notice and speak up. Protecting children isn't just the job of a parent. Even the society is responsible for protecting children. If you notice that your child is being withdrawn, fearful, and quiet around certain people, you better look into it. The child is not just doing it for nothing. There is something behind that. You can't tell me that Ochanya wasn't withdrawn in class. The teacher didn't notice any form of her being quiet or withdrawn in class. The teacher must have noticed it but kept quiet and maybe say it wasn't her business. She really showed sign, but no one noticed it. We don't need to keep quiet when you notice that kind of thing happening to somebody. Ask questions about that particular attitude that person is giving. Secondly, as a parent, if your child comes to you and tell you something uncomfortable about someone close to you, don't doubt the child or say the child is lying. Believe the child at that point and investigate, because you never can tell. The child might be telling the truth. There was a movie I watched. The lady was telling her mother that her uncle was making advances on her, being that the mother was the one that trained this her uncle. So she believed that the uncle can't do such a thing to her daughter. So she didn't believe her daughter at that point in time until the man forced himself on her. Then at the end of the day, she got pregnant, and the mother still didn't believe that it was the uncle that did that to the daughter. The mother sent her out of the house. It was years later that the mother believed that it was the uncle. So if your child tells you something uncomfortable about somebody close to you, even if you know that person very well, just believe the child at that moment and investigate that particular thing the child is saying. Don't just keep quiet because you know this person very well. It can be dangerous once you keep quiet and ignore what the child is saying. I believe that Ochanya didn't die in vain. Her story should awaken us. Let's raise children in a world where safety is a right and not a privilege. This justice for Ochanya means protecting the next generation. So we need to be sure that justice must be served to those people that offended her, because to me, the whole family should be apprehended. There was a doctor bringing out a report. The doctor cannot tell me that he doesn't know the cause of what the girl was suffering at that point in time. The teachers, they need to ask them some questions. They cannot tell me that she wasn't showing some signs. She was surely showing some signs. The whole family need to be apprehended. I believe that the women in their house should be given the same treatment as the men that committed this crime, because they were in that house and such a thing was happening to that young girl. The girl went through pain before she passed. So I believe that the whole family need to go through that pain that the girl went, because the girl really went through a very severe pain. Once I see this story appearing in my FYP, I just scroll past it, because the girl really went through pain. She really suffered for the whole years that she was in this house. So parents need to stop giving their children out. Be sure of the person you are giving your child to. Imagine her uncle and her nephew doing such a thing to her. People that would have protected her. Then her auntie and her niece were in that house when such a thing is happening. When they noticed that, they would have taken the girl out. They would have reported the case, but they kept quiet and stayed in that house till it affected the girl. Justice needs to be served for me. The whole family needs to be apprehended. because all of them, not only the son and the father, the women in that house, which are the enablers, need to be apprehended too. Then the hospital where she was being treated by her auntie, they need to be questioned. Everybody around her at that point in time need to be questioned because the girl really showed a sign which everybody kept quiet about. So we need to protect our young girls, end child marriage. Not only protecting our young girls, even our young boys, we need to protect them too from all these pedophiles around.